Hello and welcome to AJ Storytime channel for kids. How are you today? Don't forget that if you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Today we are reading Sad Days, Glad Days. This is a story about depression by David Hamilton. Do you feel sad? Are you depressed? How do you know that you are depressed? Sometimes children get depressed. Sometimes they just want to cry and cry and cry, and they don't want to eat their food, they don't want to play. That means that you are depressed, that you are sad. So make sure you speak to your mommy and your daddy about how you feeling, okay? They want to know how you feeling because depression is not good. So let's read this book so we can learn more about depression, okay? Sad Days, Glad Days. A story about depression by Dewey Hamilton. My name is Amanda Martha. I live in a house with my mama and my daddy and a cat named Alfred, Lord of the Alley. I wanted a cat for a long time before I got Alfred, or Alfred got me. It's hard to say which way it happened. We have sad days, glad days, mostly in between days at my house. Sad days are when my mama doesn't hear me. Her ears can hear me. It is inside her that she doesn't hear me. She goes away from me even though she's still there. She says she feels like darkness come over her. She wears her blue bathrobe all day. Sometimes she's angry with me for no reason. She cries and I don't know why. I get cold cereal to eat. I hate cold cereal. It's sad food. Mama not always is sad. When she feels better, we have fun. We make animal pancakes. She's good at rabbits. I'm great at turtles. One morning, I asked her, "Why do you get sad and cry? Do I make you sad?" She told me, "Amanda, Martha, it's not your fault when I sleep all day and feel sad and cry. It's important for you to remember I have something called depression." And I asked, "What's depression?" "It is a sickness you can't see. On the outside of me, I don't look sick, but the depression affects my body, my mood, and my thoughts. Sometimes I feel like I am trying to swim in thick syrup." "Icky," I say. "It is icky, and I can just make it go away, like shooting a fly out of the house." "I can help you," I told my mama. She shooks her head. "It's not your job or daddy's to help me not feel sad. It is the job of doctors and other people who are trained to help me. There is medicine I take too." Mama smiled. "You don't have to feel sad and gloomy because I do. It's all right for you to be happy. When you get sad, I feel like I am all alone," I say. "Someday, will you leave me by myself and not come back?" "When I am sad," she answered, "no, I will always come back. Even when I am sad, you are my Amanda Martha, my cuddliest cuddle muffin in all the world." In the afternoon, I went to Alice's house to play. Alice had a new kitten. We patted its fur. The kitten purred as if it had a soft mother inside in it. When Daddy came home, I told him about Alice's kitten. I asked if I could have one. "I think a pet's more work than your mama feels that she can handle right now," said Daddy. So the answer is no. Daddy says it's alright when I say I want another mama. He understands if I feel that way. Sometimes he feels angry when he comes home and our house is a mess. Mama loves us, Daddy tells me. She feels bad and she feels bad again for feeling bad. She doesn't want to be depressed any more than somebody wants words. Daddy and I made up again. We play about what color Mama's mood is on different days. We pretend there is a giant thermometer with colors on it instead of numbers. I draw it with my crayons. The colors go from black to bright yellow. I say she was blue today, or maybe she got down to deep purple or up to pink. He says, "You know how it is, Amanda Martha." I say, "I know. It's glad days, sad days, monthly in between days." Daddy says, "Maybe she'll be in the pink tomorrow." The next day was an almost pink day. Mama and I sat on the back steps. She read poems from her book by Alfred Lord Tennyson. She says she only reads the short poems. I drew pictures of alligator because that's what I draw best. I asked again if I could have a kitten. Mama said no, just no. I asked, "May I have a goldfish? Just a little goldfish?" Mama closed her book and said, "I think a goldfish is a good idea. I'd rather have a kitten that can purr," I told her. Mama sighed. "My cotton muffin, there are days when I have so little energy I feel as if I can barely move, much less take care of a messy kitten." Alice's mother let her have a kitten. "I can help take care of the kitten on sad days, and you help me when you have it in between and glad days." Mama leaned forward and put her elbows on her knees. "You really want a kitten, don't you?" "Well, for now I think a goldfish is better." So Mama and I went to the pet store. I named my goldfish Lightning. He could swim fast, but he was still a scaly fish and not a kitten. Walking home, we saw Mrs. Henderson digging around her roses. Mrs. Henderson's cat were rolling in the cadmium she plants under her roses. Sometimes I go to Mrs. Henderson's house when Mama has a sad day. I heard her pull weeds in her garden. She smiled like she always does. "Good morning, Amanda Martha. I haven't seen you much of you lately." Mama smiled too. She said, "Your roses are looking beautiful." Mrs. Henderson cut some yellow roses for Mama. We were almost at our back door when we heard growling from the alley like tigers roaring in deep jungle. Then the wild howling stopped. A big orange cat came strolling along the top of the fence. His tail waved like a banner. Mama said, "Look at that cat. He's like the lord of the alley looking over his lambs." All of a sudden, he tumbled into our yard. He hit the ground and wobbled but kept walking. His left ear was almost gone. I asked, "Can I please keep him until he mends?" Mama said, "No, he's the meanest looking cat I ever seen. He's not coming in our house." The next day was a sad day. Mama poured me cold cereal for breakfast, and I went to sit on the back step to eat. An orange tail with a white tip peeked out from under Mrs. Henderson's thornless rose bush. I walked over to look through the tangled cane. There was that cat. He was hungry. I put my bowl of sad day cold cereal on the ground. He lapped it up. I decided Alfred was a good name to call him. Mama said I could put cereal for Alfred in the alley, but he couldn't come in the house ever. I fed Alfred for a lot of days before he could walk again. One day, when we sat on the steps, Alfred pranced across the yard looking wonderful. Mama said, "That cat looks like he really is the lord of the alley today." I say, "He's not awful looking now. Can I keep him?" Mama sighed and didn't answer me. Alfred was carrying something gray in his mouth. I walked toward him. When I saw what it was, I screamed. Alfred dropped the dead mouse at my feet, and then he sat there looking proud of himself. Mama stood and started our Alfred. Then she came up beside me and said softly, my most beloved cuddly muffin in all the world. If you want that cat, you can keep him. We can take care of him together. I saw tears coming into her eyes. These weren't her sad tears. These were happy tears from down in her heart, where she loves me the most of all. After supper, we made a bed for Alfred in the corner of my room. He got on in and purred louder than any little kitten could purr. When I was in bed, I asked Mama, "Why did you change your mind? How come Alfred gets to live with us after he brought me a yucky dead mouse?" She said, "You took care of Alfred. The very best present Alfred can give you is the mouse he caught. And the very best present I can give you is a brave cat like Alfred. It's like I say, at my house, we have sad days, glad days, monthly in between days, and some days I will never forget." The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. It's called Sad Days and Glad Days, a story about depression by Dewey Hamilton. If your mom is feeling this way, give her a lot of love. Hug your mommy. Tell her how much you love her. And please don't get mad at her because she is depressed. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.